Hello everyone, I am back for my next Flosstube. It's a little bit longer from the last one than I had expected. I knew I wouldn't be able to do it in 2 weeks. It was going to be 3, but then life happened. I'm in Little Rock, Arkansas, and we had a tornado come through 2 weeks ago. My family, my house, everything is fine, but we were without power. Just kind of threw everything off. So it's been 4 weeks since I've done my last Flosstube, but I'm here now and I have lots to show you. So this is Flosstube number 42, and we'll just get started. So I've been working on, I don't know how many whips, I didn't count them. This is one I'm doing for my newest grandson, who is 3 weeks old now. And it's Woodland Friends by Little Dove Designs. And I'm leaving out the center flower and then whatever mushrooms I need to put his information in there. And so I have everything done except for charting out his name and birth date and everything. So I need to get that done so I can finish this up. I'm in the Whip Warriors group, and I'm in the 23 and 23 group, which means I can only have 23 projects going at a time. I have several I want to start, so I need to get this finished so I can start another one. All right, and then what I've been doing for my rotation, although I had to kind of throw it away a little bit this month, and I'll explain that in a minute, is I will do a random, I've got a decision wheel for Heaven and Earth Designs and for Mirabilia, and then just for everything else. So on Mondays I work on Mirabilia, on Fridays I do full coverage, and I think all of mine that I have are Heaven and Earth, and then Sundays I do seasonal Sundays. And so I've been doing those and then spinning a wheel for the other days, although in April I've had to do other things. But this is what I was working on in March for my full coverage, and it is Quick Stitch Psyche's Butterflies. So it's just a piece of another chart. Artist is Josephine Wall. And I will put a picture in of where I was last time. And this is where I am now. So I've been working across the top. So there's the whole thing. And there's where I've been working. And I've converted this one into the Royal Rose. So that's why I've been working in. I saw somebody else do this. This is how they're parking their threads, is by just kind of putting them through the fabric. And then if this gets too much, I can put one of those bobbins on there, but that's nice because it keeps them out of the way and they lay flat and out of the way. So that one is going away until the next time it gets chosen for a full coverage, Friday. I am trying to put these back in just so it's not quite as much of a mess when I get done. All right, and then next is a new start. I think this is a new start. I don't think I had this going last time. This is Tortoise Tower by Plum Street Samplers. Sorry for the glare. It's a bright sunny day here, so. And this I am doing for my niece. Whoops. Oh, the floss came with it. Who is graduating from college this spring. And there's where I am. So I'm almost to the bottom. I have to fill in this green down here, and then I'll move my Q-snap and finish up the flowers and the little tiny turtle at the top. But I do cross stitch for each of my nieces when they graduate from college. This is the last one, and she is graduating in zoology, and she wants to work in a zoo and work in the reptile area. So I decided the turtles were perfect. All right, and then my seasonal project that I have been working on is Spring Quakers. I'll get the chart out so I can show you. By Rosewood Manor. And I will put a picture in of where it was last time. So I did finish this big motif over here. Let me just take it off, at least that side off the Q-snap so you can see it. Oh, this is one of those really tough ones. So there's everything I have done. And then I finished that big motif, and I've been working, I had to move the Q-snap and started working over here now. And this is on, oh, I've been forgetting to tell you the fabric. This is on the called for, which is a Picture This Plus Valor 28 count. The turtles were on 32 count Bramble by Picture This Plus. And the Heaven and Earth was on a, it might be a cream, either a white or a cream even weave, 25 count. And Woodland Friends, sorry, one of these days I'll remember to do this from the very beginning, is on R&R 32 count Barb's Blend. So that's what all those are. Okay, sorry, I think I'm shaking the table there. So this one will stay. I'll keep working on it for the rest of April and for April and May on Sundays for my seasonal Sundays. And then in June, I'll start working on my summer seasonal one. Let's see if we can get this back in here. I'll have to put it back on its Q-snap later. All right, and then next, this is the Mirabilia I was working on in March. And I'll put a picture in of what the whole thing is going to look like. When I bought it, it was mystery stitch along. And so I didn't know what it was going to look like. But now I have a picture of the whole thing. And I will also put a picture in of what it looked like before. And here's what I have done total. And I've been working on the dress there in the middle, just filling in some of that. So this is beautiful. I love Mirabilias. I have a lot of them on the go, so I picked out 4 or 5, I think, to put on my decision wheel to work on Mondays. Okay. That was the March Mirabilia, so I'll have a different one to show you that I started working on in April on Mondays. And then I had to pull out, I was doing one of the Facebook groups that I'm in is a Harry Potter one, and there were something called Owls, and you had to do all these different prompts. And so I had to work on a project that had numbers in it, and the only one I could find that I had going that had numbers was my shabby winter calendar. So I'll put a picture in of what the whole thing looks like. And so you've probably seen all of that before. All I did was work on this square here. I just needed like 200 stitches. So I just worked on the border of it so I could fulfill that prompt to do something with numbers on it. And now it will go away until December, unless I need another prompt. You have to use it for another prompt. Okay. I haven't been telling you any numbers either. Shame on me. Then I pulled out March Quaker. This was also for the Owls, for the Harry Potter group, and I needed something that was part of a series. And so there's a whole series of these, one for each month. So I think I did all this over here. Again, I just had to do a couple hundred stitches, so I did 257 on this one. Just to fulfill that prompt. I really would love to finish this and work on the others, but there's just not enough hours in the day. All right, and then the next Mirabilia I'm working on, this is for April, so on Monday nights in April, this is what I'll work on. Let me get the picture. So this is Dressmaker's Daughter, one of my favorites. And so what I've been working on is, I did finish these leaves up here, and that's a water lilies, a silk, and then I started the background. So I figure I'll do the background. It's great if you need a lot of stitches because you're just filling in. And then when I get really tired of it, then I'll come up and work some more on her dress. and then go back to the background and just kind of alternate like that so that I don't get quite so tired of the background. So that will stay out for the rest of April, Mondays in April. And then the last thing I worked on to show you is not one I had planned to work on this month, but again, it was to fulfill some prompts for that owls. And this is the Grand Library, so I'll put a picture in of what it's going to look like. And I did 417 stitches on it. And I'm converting this one to Royal Rose also. So I've just been working across here. And this is on a 28 count, easy guide, 1/1 full cross. So that's what it looks like, the whole thing. And it's the regular color, regular size. So it's really getting pretty. You can start to see a little bit of the light part of the doorway there. So far, all of the full coverage that I've been converting to Royal Rose, I'm still on the first row across, so I haven't been able to take advantage of all these threads I've been parking. So I'll have to do that soon. I may have to switch and start down on the next row. All right, so for plans, that's all the whips I worked on. So for plans, I want to finish that Woodland Friends for my grandson. So figure out how to put his name and birth date and whatever else I can fit in there. I want to focus on the Tortoise Tower. I've been taking it to work and working on it in my lunch hour, but then I've also been working on it at home because I want to get it finished and fully finished before I go home the first part of May. So I can take it up to her then because she lives in Kansas too. And then I'll continue with my seasonal, the Spring Quakers, and Memorabilia for this month, the Dressmaker's Daughter. And then the Heaven and Earth that I was supposed to work on last Friday is Beachcomber's Garden, and I'll put a picture in of what it's going to look like. So I'm going to work on it tonight, and I'm so excited. I haven't worked on it for a while. And it is also on 28 count, easy count. Let me fold it so I can show it to you a little easier. And I will, oops, sorry, I was shaking it again. I will convert it to Royal Rose also. But you can see that's the starfish here in the corner. So it's so pretty. So we'll see what I get to going across on it. But I really do like the Royal Rose. I think what I really like, and I saw somebody else mention this, either on Flosstube or I don't remember who it was. I don't have to think about what's going next. I just go to the next symbol, work it down for those 2 columns, go to the next one. So I really like that because sometimes you're sitting there like, okay, which one should I do next? So I really like it. It's not for everyone. I know some people don't care for it, but for me, it just takes away that, what am I going to work on next? All right, and then I have a month's worth of purchases to show you, so let me show you that. A few things from Market that I didn't get the first time around, and then just some other miscellaneous, like this is a series that I'm doing. This is Big City Christmas from Country Cottage, and this is I think there's another one out now, but this is the latest one I got, and this is Hotel. So I've got the first one almost done, but I've kind of put it away since it's Christmas. So I'll get it back out probably when it gets a little later in the year. And then I had purchased the new, I don't remember the exact title of it, Honeybee Tiny Town, but I hadn't purchased this one. So this is Honey of a Frill. So it goes with that. So you can either add it to the end of that tiny town or do it as a separate. And I'll probably do it as a separate and do all my tiny towns the same size. And then I was thinking I had 2 of these, maybe not. Nope, I guess not. So this is the latest one in the Snowman Collectors by Cottage Garden. Isn't he cute? I really like him. And then I've been picking up the fabric 32 count chocolate milk. to do them on. And then a few more. These were from Market that I just didn't get the first time. Let me show you those, because I couldn't get it all at once. This is Primrose Cottage I Would Rather Be Stitching. So cute, and I love it finished like a pillow. And this is Heart and Hand Everyday Things. That one's really cute too. I'll have to go through my stash and see if I have a good fabric I could put that on. And this is, I've got, I don't know if all of them are out, but this one just came out, Pop of Winter zipper from Bent Creek. And it's a kit, so it comes with the floss and the fabric. I don't remember if this one has any buttons. Doesn't look like it. And I know I have spring. I don't remember if summer and fall or autumn are out or not. This is by October House Fiber Arts, Honey Fair. I've seen several people stitching this one. And then I looked to see if my LNS had Strawberry Fair, but they didn't. They said as soon as they get it in, it gets sold out. So they've put me on the list next time they get some in. And this is Plum Street. So a few Plum Street, a couple of Plum Street from Market that I didn't get. This is Penny Spring. And I think it's Penny Autumn. That's out, and I have it. And then Star Barks, which I did several of these for my mother-in-law. She used to have a dachshund, but she no longer has a dachshund, so I don't know who I'll do that one for. And then this is an older one that my LNS just got in, but I went ahead, let's see, 2017, and picked it up because it's so cute. Hare's Hunt. I've stitched one of them skiing, but I think that's the only one I've stitched. And then one last one from Market. This is Vintage Grapes from Jeanette Douglas. So beautiful. I don't know, usually it calls for, yeah, it calls for Classic Colorworks silk, and then some other silks, so a lot of silks. But she does have DMC equivalents. But I'm wondering, the Classic Colorworks, it calls for silks, but maybe they have the same colors in non-silk. I'll have to look into that. And then the last thing I purchased was just some fabric. It's 32 count vintage country mocha, and I really don't have anything to show you that it's going to go on it, but there's a new Lola Crow stitch along, and we just got the first part today, and it's Greenhouse of Oddities. So we've got like the frame of the greenhouse, and I do know it has lots of black in it. That's really, I bought several skeins of black, but I bought the fabric for that. So I'm hoping to finish my grandson's sampler so I can start this. I don't think I've ever kept up with a stitch along. It's like, maybe I can keep up with this one. All right, that is it. Not very long, but I had a lot to show you. I should be back in 2 weeks. Yes, I should be back in 2 weeks, so I'll try and keep on a regular schedule. You know how it goes. Sometimes life just gets in the way and you can't do it, but I will see you in 2 weeks, and thank you so much. Bye.